Okay, here's the dead Jeep. 2003 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Ton of miles on it. It's running great. No, it doesn't run at all.
That's right. So we're going to use this scan tool to figure out why it's just cranking. First thing I did is I selected all of the vehicle information. So you can see it's a Jeep. It'll come in real slow, but Jeep manually selected is 2003. I cleared the fault codes already, and then we go over here. Crank, no start. We'll read the fault code. And there you go. P0320, it tells you in clear English, no crank reference signal at PCM. You can ask their little AI assistant if you want, or you can Google search it. This is pretty clear though. I think you've got a bad crank position sensor.
I tend to agree with that.
I guess we'll find out, won't we?
Yep, we will.
Hey guys, my name is Liam and you're watching Jeep Sheep TV Reviews Stuff. Today we're going to be talking about OBDII scanners. Now, if you've ever looked on Amazon thinking I want something a little bit more than your average scanner, and there's just a ton of options and a ton of price ranges, you're not alone. I'm in the same boat. I pretty much just stopped looking. But recently, this company right here, I don't know how to pronounce it, MUCAR, one of the three. They produce this little scanner right here that we're gonna dive into. It's a 632 and it's a touchscreen scanner with internet and a whole bunch of other options that we're gonna talk about. And so this is gonna help you decide if maybe this is the one that you want, or at least give you some insight into why we have these big touchscreen style OBDII scanners. So let's jump right in, see what's in the box. Okay, let's just talk briefly about the basics of this device. So input and output. You have an output up here, it's a serial port, and that goes to your OBDII. Really simple. So that is how you connect to your car. Additionally, there's a side port here that has USB-C and an SD card slot. Now that SD card slot is kind of peculiar, and we're going to talk about why that's on there in just a moment. But that's what you have. That is all of your inputs into this. Power button on the top, and then you have some buttons over here. Additionally, this comes with a screen protector, so if you see any bubbles on here, I didn't do a great job of putting it on, but that's what those are. The screen is in great shape and has good resolution. I'm gonna start off with the only thing I don't like about this, just so we're cutting to the chase. On simpler scanners, you can plug it into just about any car, say I need to run my codes and get the basics of what they are. Like, I don't know, what is this engine light? Oh, it's the O2 sensor again, right? This takes a little bit longer. It wants to know about your car, it wants to look for the VIN, it wants some information on the vehicle before it will go in and actually give you the codes. It's not a lot more time, but it is slightly more hassle than your simpler scanners. So that's really my only feedback on this. I would like to see a quick scan option that says, I don't care what the VIN is, just give me the codes, and if I need to dig in more, sweet. If it's that stupid evap code again, I just want to clear it and get on with my day. That is my only gripe on this, but the cheap Bluetooth, go to your phone scanners will do that, and so you could just have both. It does connect to the internet, and it does so really fast and easy. I'm just going to talk briefly about the options on the menu here. You have auto search, which again, that one goes in and identifies what your VIN is, and it pulls in all of that information. On some of the older cars, it might not catch the VIN, like on my Subaru, it can't do it, but it does fine on my Chevy and some other vehicles. So diagnose, it's quick access to your vehicle system for diagnostics by manually selecting your vehicle's brand. OBD, read fault codes, clear fault codes, freeze frame. History, view diagnostic records. So we're gonna look at this really cool feature here. So on history, I don't know if you can see that on there, or if I have to get closer to the camera, but it shows me the vehicles that I've already diagnosed. So that Jeep Cherokee that we looked at, or Grand Cherokee, you can see here, and that's gonna show the history, all of the information it got from the VIN, and no crank reference signal. So there's that code that I pulled earlier. Report, saved diagnostic report that can be viewed and shared. Again, The report option allows you to send a diagnostic report to yourself or whoever you are doing the diagnosis for. I have not used this. I don't really know what it tells you, but I'm assuming it's similar to what we saw in history. Feedback, dollar fixed community. So they have a social media platform this is connected to. I didn't really dig into it, but apparently you can access that on here and it's probably similar to a forum. And there's this MUAI, Intelligent Assistance. This is actually pretty cool. It's an AI assistant that's built into here. What this does is I can come in and say, hey, I need to do this on this scanner, and it can get me pretty darn close to what I need to do, following, I'm assuming, just like an internal manual. This device has so many options for you to research like what it is you need to do. It's got some step-by-step stuff. It's very clear in the instructions on how to get to certain data, and it's very good at guiding you through what you need if you're new to a device like this. Now in the maintenance tab, we have all kinds of stuff that I quite frankly can't even use. My cars aren't new enough, but we have airbag reset, ABS bleeding, AdBlue reset, battery matching, brake pad reset, DPF regen, EGR adaptation, electronic throttle adaptation, gear learning, gearbox learning, anti-theft key matching, injector coding, oil reset, steering angle reset, and TPMS reset. Now, I will say when I got this, showed up, it needed a software update, and it did so just flawlessly. There was no run around, it happened fast, it was very clear as to what was going on. That is, again, my favorite thing about this is everything on it is very clear. It's not a big guessing game or a lot of words you don't understand. In addition to the AI assistant, they have this little icon, and that is online service. I believe that is taking you to an actual person, but it is useful. I've used it at least once. There's operating instructions. Again, like very clear as to what you can do with this thing. Fault code library, coverage list, gadget. So now we're talking Google Chrome. Yes. So there's no speakers on this, so you can't really watch videos with audio if you're doing like a YouTube tutorial, i.e. this channel, but you can turn on subtitles and you can have this be your YouTube machine as well as your diagnostics machines. So if you have a question about your fault code, not only does it give you a link to Google search said fault code right here on the thing, it can take you to that page or that YouTube video, and you can actually watch how they figured it out on this device, all in one spot. Now, the one thing I do want to show you is if you pull down from the top, you have a couple more options. So you have the ability to turn on and off that floating bubble with the chat assistant thing. You can turn on and off the AI assistant bubble, and you can rotate screens, screen capture, and take video. So right now I'm showing you a video that was recorded by this device, screen capture. Not only is that super useful for guys like me that are putting their stuff on the internet, but it's a great way to save history of how did I get there? How did I read that code? What was that live data stream that I was watching? And then retroactively, you can make decisions based on that. And that's where that SD card slot comes in, is now you can have the ability to take that data and move it to other places like your computer for better viewing. Okay, let's recap. What were my main concerns when I opened the box to this? Now remember, I'm new to the big fancy touchscreen OBDII platform, and a lot of you might be as well. So if you're like a seasoned mechanic Snap-on user, maybe this video isn't for you, but if you're like me where you're like, I don't even know which one to buy, this is a good one for you. That's where I was at. My main concern with this was A, it's big and clunky and it's gonna be bogged down with software. It's gonna take forever to start up and I'm not gonna know how to actually read codes with it. None of that was true. It started up, it's very clear, the software is efficient, it's very intuitive and easy to use. You have a touch screen and you have buttons, and it comes with a screen protector so you don't mess it all up with your grimy hands as you're working on cars. That was a big deal. The other one is like, what do I do with the information once I get it? Well, the screen record, the internet connectivity, the preloaded like help information that's already in here, all of that solves that. As opposed to your simpler scanners that aren't like all fancy and whatever, where they have all these options and they're in like words you might not understand if you're new to that industry or you used to work on carburetors. This is better than that because it doesn't just say ABS reset. It says ABS reset, and then it like kind of tells you like what that is and when you're going to use it. Like ABS bleeding. I don't know how that has anything to do with computers, but apparently it does. It says ABS pump to push all the air out of the ABS pump. Okay, so the pump needs to bleed. Didn't even know that. And right down here, enter coverage list. So what cars it works with, and tutorials. Actually goes through step by step how you're going to do that. And it's even telling you this is how you select what car you have and what's covered, what's available. Very easy to understand. Battery life. A lot of scanners, you just plug them in and they just turn on with the car. This one clearly is going to need more than that. Well, we confirmed that it appears to charge through the OBDII port. So the longer you use it, the more battery you have. Now, if you use it disconnected from the car, yeah, you're running off of the battery, and that's what that USB-C port is for charging this device. So in short, am I impressed? I'm very impressed. I like this thing a lot. I'm super excited they sent it to me, and I'm really excited to use it to solve a lot of problems. Would I recommend it for you? Heck yeah, man. Go for it. Here's a video about one of the thousands of options on Amazon, and I'm telling you it doesn't suck. So at least you know that much about this, and the price point for what you're getting is phenomenal. So I can't speak for the other options out there, but this one's pretty good. So there you have it. It's the, I like MUCAR. We're gonna go with MUCAR. It's the MUCAR 632. OBDII scanner, big old brick looking thing, works fantastic. Go find yourself one, and I will see you in the next video.